This is a photo that I captured on my iPhone of the northern lights from Delaware just a few nights ago. The northern lights are hands down one of the most eye-catching and jaw-dropping natural phenomena in the entire world. But what exactly causes them to exist? And what are they? And why was I able to capture a photo of them from Delaware the other night? Well, the first thing to establish about auroras is that auroras are not unique to Earth. Earth is not the only planet that has auroras. Basically, auroras are interactions between the sun and a planet's magnetic field. The sun is constantly going through a ton of solar activity in the forms of solar flares, coronal mass ejections, and solar storms. When this activity occurs, the sun releases a ton of energetically charged particles. When the sun releases these particles are then carried by solar wind. These solar winds carry these energetically charged particles all throughout the solar system, so naturally these particles are going to reach the planets. When these particles reach the planet's magnetic fields deflect the particles towards the planet's poles. This is why the auroras are only seen on Earth, typically in the north and the south. During this process of interaction and deflection, these energetically charged particles start colliding with particles within the planetary atmospheres. So for example, in Earth's case, the particles mainly collide with oxygen atoms and nitrogen atoms. These atomic collisions cause these particles to release a ton of energy, and this energy release is what creates the auroras that we see in the night sky. So we know what they are and we know what causes them, but why exactly did we see the northern lights in the middle to lower United States? I mean, the deflection process should just send them to the poles. Why did we see them here? The reason why is because the sun recently experienced a geomagnetic storm. In other words, it released a lot of energetically charged particles. With the insane amount of energy being released from these atomic collisions, and with the amount of atomic collisions going on due to the geomagnetic storm, these auroras were spread across a much larger area, which is why Delaware was able to see the northern lights just a few nights ago.